After Democratic senators fled the state last month, Republicans tried several tactics to coax them back. They eliminated direct deposit pay, restricted the Democrats' copying machine cards, added extra supervision for their staffs, levied fines, and finally held them in contempt.
As of this morning, we did a ballot that removed some of the smaller items that I had put in place to compel the senators to come back. And if there's anything I think I realized throughout this whole process, many of those things simply are not significant enough to really make that happen.
On Monday, Senator Fitzgerald announced he would not allow Democrats to vote in committee because they were still technically in contempt. He says it was not meant to be punitive.
Not at all. No, it never was. Yesterday was almost kind of an administrative type of decision, knowing that the contempt was still in place. So, no, it was. I know it was portrayed that way, but it was not that type of measure at all.
As of Tuesday afternoon, the Democrats were still being held in contempt, but Republicans were working to change that.
We're in the process of figuring out how to do that without a roll call. I think we have the ability to do that as soon as today, but it is something we have to work through and make sure that we kind of cross all the T's and dot all the I's.
As President of the Senate, I'm not going to enforce the fines. As President of the Senate, we are no longer going to hold them in contempt. They were in contempt at one point. The name of the game is moving this state forward, putting this stuff behind us. We have serious problems facing this state. And this is our good faith effort to say, let's get on with the people's business. And let's stop all the bickering. And we know what's going on the sidewalks. We understand the recalls. But inside the Senate chambers, we need to have civility. We need to maintain decorum. And we have to put the people's agenda ahead of any personal animosity which may exist on either side. It's a time to do what they're doing in Japan. They're trying to cool off rods over there. It's time we cool off a few here.
One of the Democrats who fled the state, Senator Tim Cullen, is reportedly working on a constitutional amendment eliminating the need for a quorum to vote on fiscal issues. However, Cullen still insists what he and other Democrats did is legal, as the law currently stands.
The idea of the quorum was always to make sure that the minority was protected. It was never to use this against the majority. I like the idea of making sure this never happens again to any legislature, no matter who's in control.
In the meantime, Republicans say it's time to move forward.
So once again, we're trying to move the Senate forward, get to a place by April where we can start to, once again, tackle the items that are part of economic development and job creation for the state.
For the McIver Institute, I'm Bill Osmolsky.